So let's imagine you're driving down the road, right? You approach an intersection and you see this light. What are you going to do? Well, now most of you are probably going to slow down and stop. Now I say most, not all, because I've seen some of you guys in the parking lot, and some of you will go through this light. But what if this was the light? What are you going to do?
Amanda?
So, I'm going to take us back to 2009. First grade, Miss Cooper's art class. It was Valentine's Day, and we were supposed to draw Valentine's Day cards for our moms. Now, on most people's cards were red hearts and red roses, and in red colored pencil were a bunch of scribbles that to our minds said Happy Valentine's Day, but really they were just a bunch of scribbles. Now, then there was mine. Miss Cooper comes over, she picks up my card and asks why there were green hearts, and everything was written in green ink. Okay, flash forward to Mr. Tomasi's second grade class. We were learning color word association. Now, he would say a color, and we would have a minute to write down as many things of that color as we could. So he would say red, and everyone would write things like fire trucks and strawberries and apples. Well, on my list were things like pickles and alligators and grass. So my mom got a call, rightfully so. So I was taken for a test, and these tests were circles arranged in a big circle of different colors. And the viewer is supposed to be able to differentiate between the colors and see that message. Now, I never got it. And that was very frustrating for like a 7, 8-year-old to hear, because there's something in it, I just couldn't see it. And I didn't think they were lying to me, I just thought I was a little slow. So I found out that I, with over 300 million people worldwide, are colorblind. Color blindness came from my grandparents, who passed it on to my mom, who then passed it on to baby Marco. Thanks, Mom. So color blindness is first off, the human genome contains 46 chromosomes, arranged in 23 pairs. Now that last pair determines sex. So if that last pair is XX, they will develop female. And if it's XY, it will develop male. Color blindness is a mutation that is found on the X chromosome. So if the mutation is found on the 1X chromosome of the female will not develop color blindness. The wild type, or the normal gene of that other X, will mask the effect. They will just be a carrier, like my grandma. In order for a female to have color blindness, they would need to have the mutation on both of their X chromosomes. That is what my mom had. Now, for a male, on the other hand, they only need the 1X, because there's nothing else to cover it up. For this reason, color blindness is found predominantly in males. In fact, 1 in 12 males suffer from some degree of color blindness, and that number is 1 in 200 for females. That is a big difference. And I can admit, on the list of biological deficiencies, color blindness falls pretty low on that list in terms of problem, but there are some. Ever since I was little, I've always had to read the names on colored pencils. And it worked fine. I pick up blue, I'd read blue and color blue. But then Cradle decided to get a little fancy and develop some new colors. Colors like timberweed and tumbleweed and razzmatazz. I'm not sure what razzmatazz is, and I'm going to be honest, probably none of you do either. But it's still there, and it's very, very frustrating. I would burn before I knew to put on sunblock. I cannot pick out bananas when we go to Costco. And I love to go to Costco, and this is not very fun for me. When I'm cooking chicken, I cannot tell if it's overcooked or if it is still clucking. So to be safe, I just burn everything. My friends love making fun of me for this. So I'm going to tell us a story. So sophomore year, I went shopping by myself, which was a mistake, but we'll get to that. And I got a black sweat jacket. And I loved it. It was awesome. It had cool white lettering, and it was really fun. I thought it matched everything because, you know, it's black. And it wasn't until about the 5th time I wore it when I realized, and my friends told me, that it was green. Now, you know, they could have told me the first time I wore it, but they let me feel like an idiot and wear the green sweat jacket with pants with red stripes and a red shirt. So, you know, that was not fun. At lunch, they would pass colorblind tests in the form of messages. Now, I had to pick one that I could see. And this was not very easy. It took me about 5 pages on Google to find one that I could actually see, so I made sure there wasn't, like, you know, inappropriate stuff. But, so yeah, this was not very fun. And whenever someone finds out I'm colorblind, they never ask, oh, you know, what troubles you have? What gene did it come from? They always ask one question that every person with colorblindness has heard. Oh, you're colorblind? They point to something and go, what color is this? And I get it. You're just confused and have questions. But seriously, think about it. It's the only deficiency that needs public verification. When someone tells you they're allergic to nuts, you don't slide them a bowl of trail mix and go, oh, you're allergic? Let's see. Slow up a little bit. Now, the common misconception is that I see in black and white. Well, that's not true. In fact, 98% of all people who are colorblind can see color. Now, to me, these two images are identical. And for me, reds look greenish and brown and orange, and blues can look purple or pink. I can narrow down the choices, but I can't say for sure. And before all of you guys who aren't colorblind feel all high and mighty, let's consider the discrepancies in how we all see color. This is brown. Thanks, Ben, for that. But we're only agreeing on the word we are associated with this color. Our perspective is our own. There is no way to say that you are seeing this color in the same shade and hue as the person sitting next to you. You are only using the word that you were taught to associate with this word. And that association is conveyed through language. So language does in fact affect how we see color. Western civilizations divide color into 11 different categories: black, white, red, green, yellow, blue, brown, orange, pink, purple, and gray. Now, non-industrialized civilization, like the Barinmu tribe in Papua New Guinea, has only 5. To them, a red and an orange and a brown are the same color. Their language isn't complex enough to differentiate between the colors. And without language as a framework, how could we make sense of our own interpretations? In our brains, there are retinal cone cells. Now, what happens is the sun hits off an object, and that object will reflect light in different wavelengths. And our brain will stimulate different cone cells in response to those wavelengths. So for this, it is a green leaf, and the green cone cell vibrates more than the red. Our brain says, okay, this is green. Now for me, and everyone, and most people who are colorblind, they'll see that green cell, and their green cone cell and red cone cell will vibrate at similar rates. So our brain cannot say, is this green or if that's red. I cannot differentiate between those colors. And now, with advances in technology, they have developed glasses that can help differentiate between colors. And I was so excited. And people would send me videos every day about, you know, people putting on these glasses and breaking down into tears and crying, oh my God, how awesome this was. So I was excited. So I went to the eye doctor, and I was told that I am what's known as a strong protan. That means that my cone cells are so broken that I cannot differentiate between a red and a green, or a blue and a purple. So those glasses do not work for me.
Aww.
So please stop sending me those videos. It's so depressing. And I'm going to be honest, I don't care. What we all see is different. And isn't it powerful to understand that what we see is only different because of our interpretations? Our different interpretations of the same thing. Our perspective is relative. And I'm going to continue my life with the strength and knowledge that we all have unique perspectives on life. And it's okay that the grass isn't really greener on the other side. Because I'm okay with the grass being just as reddish as it has ever been. Thank you.